On this episode, we are looking at how we can configure all the peripherals or the hardware that we've connected to our laptop. So this includes our sound card, our microphone, and also our MIDI keyboard in a stand. Anytime you buy sound card or any audio interface, it comes with cable, okay? So make sure you connect it. If you're having your microphone as well, connect it to your input. To your sound card. If you're having a MIDI keyboard as well, connect it using a printer cable. So do that ASAP. Then if you're having studio monitor to connect it to your output of your sound card. Now if you are using Focusrite sound card, that means you need to visit the official website for the drivers, okay? So for instance, if you come to your Chrome browser, if I'm using Focusrite 2 maybe 3rd gen, then you add drivers. So you search something like this if you're using Focusrite, okay? So if you're using 16i16, you type 16i16 and add the generation to it before you add drivers. If you're using maybe Behringer, okay, Behringer maybe UMC 202AD, then you add drivers to it, then you search for it, okay? You're going to get the drivers as it is. If you still find it so difficult getting the proper drivers for your sound card, then you can go to the description. My number is there. You can just pick it up and link me up. I'll just help you with your proper drivers for your sound card. That's it. This CUBASE 13, any variant of it that you have might work the same. So for the first time as a music producer, what you have to do is just, you see where the written FL Studio blah blah blah, that's where, that's the location or the destination or the folder path to whatever that we are going to do. So you just click on it, then you choose any of the drives that you have. Then let's assume you are saving it onto our desktop. All right, so I'll just create a new folder, Control-Shift-N, or you just click here, new folder. Then you rename it, maybe studio project, okay, for instance. Then inside your studio project, you might have different DAW. So let's call this one CUBASE. Everything that you do inside CUBASE will remain inside this CUBASE folder. Then inside CUBASE 2, we will still create another folder for this project that we're about to do. So let's say I'm having project 001. I rename it, then I select this folder. Very good. If I click on this create empty, it is giving me a new template or a new CUBASE project, okay? This is empty one, and it's being saved into the folder that we created, okay? So how do I save it properly? I'll just come to file here, then come to save again, okay? So you can see the file path, it is inside project 001. Let's assume I'm preparing a song called Fire of God, for instance. Artist name may be Mary Belinda, for instance. This is the song I'm about to do. I just rename it just as it is, then I hit on save. So if you have your interface like this, how do you navigate through it, making sure your sound card is working properly? So you just move to where they've written studio here, then you scroll down to studio setup. We're just going to make sure our sound card is being connected successfully. So you can see audio system, you click on it. If you click on this drop down row, you see I've selected UMZ as your drive because that's the proper drivers for Behringer sound card. If you are using maybe a sound card that does not have a proper drivers, then I advise you to select what generic ASIO latency. So after that, you come and select on this generic low latency ASIO driver. Then you come to control panel. Okay, so here you're going to see the name of your sound card and also the name of your inbuilt drivers for your laptop, right? So if you are using maybe M audio, make sure you select it, maybe M audio, you select that one. When you come to input, you select your sound card name instead of the installed drivers on your laptop. Okay, I don't know if you understand me. So this is for those of us who don't have sound card that has proper drivers. The last thing we're going to look at for the configuration is just come to where they've written studio, come down to audio connections. Then you will see input, output, blah blah blah, a whole lot of stuffs out here. So let's start with the input. Now for the input, this is what I will urge you to do. You come to where they've written preset. Then if you are using sound card that has 4 input, you see here 4 times mono. But if you're using two input sound card, you just click on the 2x mono, then it brings out your mono input for your sound card. If you switch to the output, what you do is, if by any mistake yours is showing not connected, you just click here, select one, then click here and select two. Let's look at how we can record anything that we've connected to the sound card, anything at all. So make sure you've connected your microphone to your sound card. If your microphone is a dynamic one, connecting it straightforward might work. Yes, I need to increase the volume or the gain for the input. Okay, so if you are connecting it to input one, just open the input one volume. If you are using condenser microphone requires extra power to turn it on. So after connecting it, you need to look at the back port of your sound card or in front of it. You see this small button, it being written 48 vein. So just make sure you've turned that one as well on, so that will activate your condenser microphone. Also, if you are recording anything for your guitar, for your lead or anything, make sure you've done the proper connection, but don't open your gain too much. At least half of it is okay. So if I want to record my microphone, how do I do that? I'll just right click here. I'm having a lot of options here. Which one should I choose? If I want to record anything from my sound card, I will just come to the first one, add audio track. So if you click on the add audio track, the audio input here, it is giving us alternative to choose between. If you're having sound card with maybe two inputs, which one do we want to record, okay, or which one do we want to listen to? So if I click on this drop down here, I'll see select hardware input 1, 2 and 1 and 2. So if I select 1, it's going to pick sound from my first input from my sound card. 2 is going to pick from my second input of my sound card. If I pick 1 and 2, that means it's going to record both 1 and 2. So here I'm having my microphone connected to where? To 1. So I hit on that. You make sure for the configuration you've selected mono. If you look at the sound card input 1, what have you connected there? Maybe it might be microphone. If it is microphone, then I type mic. Okay, if I've connected the guitar, then I type guitar. If I've connected bass, I type bass. Okay, also if I'm having another microphone or another device from my input 2, I just right click here again, then say add audio track. Now for the input here, I will change from mono 1 to where mono 2, because that's the second input. Leave these settings on touch, then enter the name. Maybe I've connected mic B or mic 2. Okay, then what I'll do is just choose add track. So how do you monitor what you are speaking into your microphone? It is very easy in CUBASE. You can see where they've written mic. There's this button here, it says monitor. So if I click on the monitor, then I'll be able to monitor everything going from the microphone into my sound card. How do I make sure I record what is going through this input 1? I'll make sure I've selected the mic 1. So you can see it has changed from black to white, meaning I've selected it. If I click on this round button down here, anything that I speak onto my microphone will start be recording. So that's how we do record. Let's say I've recorded this part. I want to take one more record. Okay, I can click here, then continue from where I left. You can record piece. So that's how you do record inside CUBASE. If I want to record one more thing here, I just hit on record. Okay, speak. Now when you're done with the recording, what you want to do is listen to what you've said. So how do you listen? You need to first turn off the monitor here, so whatever I speak into the microphone will be started playing. So that's how we do connect our microphone, sound card or any other peripheral. Then we make sure it is working. Also we record. So I will leave you up to this point, then we continue on the next episode next time. Thank you.